It's KJH Family and Fun.
Hi, it's me, KJ, the filmmaker slash artist, and welcome to KJH Family and Fun. So today on KJH Family and Fun, well, you kind of see that I am moving out of my aunt's house to another place or a different location. So pretty much today is phase 3 of this trip. So pretty much phase 3. I was about to call it my old sister's graduation, but my old sister just doesn't want her face to be on the internet or on YouTube or something like that. So it's probably best if I just covered her face with that family emoji I just correlated with all the others for all that matter. So anyhow, in this third phase, so we're obviously going to fly from this area to the next area, and then we're going to go over there and say hi to my older sister and stuff like that. So probably this phase is going to be called the final phase or something like that. So we're just going to keep on moving forward and see what else we can do. So let's go find it for ourselves though. Then shall we then? Hi, it's me, KJH the filmmaker/artist, and today is day 19. So pretty much it's day 19 of this trip or something like that. So day 19 is probably going to be our final day for all that matter. So what we're going to do is going to pick up all our stuff and then we're just going to go home. So before we even do it, we're just going to go eat out at dinner and go to some fun attractions that are out there, or something like that. So let's eat breakfast and go on to some other stops after breakfast. Okay, now that's done. So now we are finally about to go home. So take it away, Joel the doll.
Doll power!
I'm sorry we didn't make it home. Here's what happened. What happened was that we have planes. Our plane was to stop and go visit Grandpa and then go to my older sister's graduation party later, and then we fly to the next stop. All of that backfired, all because my grandpa was sent to the hospital for he wasn't feeling any well. So we visited him there. We didn't went to the graduation party. So instead we ended up delaying the flight for the next day. And then we went to a restaurant like Olive Garden. And worst is the outburst. What happened at Olive Garden is that we have to wait until we expose ourselves negative. What happened was that my dad started out first, for he wanted to go to something fancy, and then I later outburst because of my dad. My outburst was kind of the worst, all because I started crying, got out of control, and shamed my mom for buying too much stuff on trips like this, which she always does, but it drives me completely insane. And two is that I get overwhelmed, which is the worst. As a matter of fact, me and my dad are both overwhelmed, and if anything, we would have been banned from Olive Garden because of this. And two is that these people at Olive Garden would have just contacted the authorities on us. We will never make it home, but prison would have been our next trip if we committed these crimes like this. The only thing we know is that if we ruin something like this, then we are just going to go home immediately, or worse, the prison if someone reports us. As for me, I ended up regretting committing public outburst, and now it's verily on my back till this very day. I feel like a monster from the inside, and you're not going to like me for that anyhow. It might be autism, but I don't know. All I am trying to do is make the best video ever without getting overwhelmed, making sure that my parents or any other relatives keep themselves under control, or it's over, or we might get exposed with the darker truth. But I can't just tell lies and said that I have a good day. Whatever this is, I am sorry for the interruption. I wasn't meant for all of this to happen like this, and I'm sorry that it was dark for this trip. I don't know what to do about it, but we might go home, and said that this phase is kind of the worst. As a matter of fact, the visit at the hospital was okay, and at least my grandfather was doing okay, and hopefully he will feel better. And for dinner we eat at Red Lobster instead, which was okay. I'm not sure about tomorrow, but I was expecting to go home. Since we couldn't get things under control, we would have gone to Therapy Land as our next trip if this ever happens. The only thing that can prevent overwhelming is a relaxing experimental film, but as a matter of fact, I'm creating one in hopes to prevent the negative from happening. In the meantime, I'm just going to let it roll. Hi, it's me KJH, and this is day 20. We are not back at home, but instead we are back at my aunt's house for now. The reason why I picked Olive Garden was because I need some soup, and for that reason, my throat is dry. So therefore sis, I was coming with a sore throat, and I'm getting sick. I wouldn't make it home, but instead I would have made it to the quarantine hospital by now. Hopefully it's not the virus, but I was trying to fight it before it get any worse. For me and my parents, we stopped at Paneras and I have broccoli cheddar soup with a side of bread and hot chocolate. I ended up having soup for breakfast, and then my parents decided to do things separately. My dad decided to stay to look after his dad, which happens to be my grandpa, and my mom and I decided to go back to Auntie Jenny. So anyhow, my aunt picked us up from the airport, and now we are here. I'm not sure what is going on, but we may or may not be going home tomorrow or the next day or something because of the sickness that I am having. I'll just let it roll to see what else is going on. Hi, it's me again. I have been sick on these days, and now I'm getting better almost. I know it's kind of rough since I was having a sick day on a vacation like this, but during my sick days I took some rest and had some soup for dinner, and for my mom, she ended up getting sick, probably from me, and then she was rushed to the hospital despite the fact that she had some other medical problems she already has, but I'm not going to explain what it is. I begin to talk to my mom about this situation on how long we are going to stay, and she said that we are going to stay a little longer unless we are both 100% healthy. And for dinner last night, Perkins and Auntie Jenny brought me some pizza, and it tastes really good. And for this video, since I was about to call it the final phase, but I'm going to have to change the title of it, recalling it the continuous phase, and the next phase is going to be called the ultimate phase. I'm just going to let this videotape continue to this day and then I'll end it. The next day will be the next phase being the ultimate phase.